Ooh, oh, huge pressure.
Get down. Get down.
Let's get it.
Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Hill shedding the tackle, and he will take this one back all the way inside the 35.
I can't help but smile, not because I'm rooting for any team in particular, but to see the special teams set up their team in such a big way, you just know that helps the interaction between all phases of a football team.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To throw is Jackson. And this nearly an interception right off the bat. An early crisis averted as that winds up incomplete.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Now Jackson, eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. And that is something that we just saw there that you obviously have to be prepared for when you try to defend Lamar Jackson. That likely will not be the last time that we see him take off.
I love your language there, partner. You have to be prepared for it. You work at it. But I don't care how much you prepare, it is hard as heck to execute against Lamar Jackson. Great vision, great speed, tenacity, runs through tackles, makes people miss. It's always a long game when you're trying to corral Lamar Jackson.
They'll try to run for it with Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. This will cost him 11 yards there on the second and goal sack.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Play action. Now Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and this defense holds on the Knights' opening drive. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
It's a short one here, complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Love the play call that time. Love the design. You put 3 tight ends on the field. That screams jumbo set, running formation to a defense, right? No, they go play action, and defense gets confused for just a split second. And next thing you know, completion for good yardage.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Henry. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Here's Jackson, flush to his right. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. That's caught at the 2. And he will get in to make it 8-0. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
They'll run on 1st down.
And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. 2nd quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10.
Go. You.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
Brings up 2nd and 18 at the 48-yard line.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Jackson now. Sliding out of the pocket. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
Again, Jackson. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
11, 11, 11.
A gain of 13 yards.
Stop.
And the Bengals first down.
Stop.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Now, the offense, they had really not been able to mount anything yet on that drive, and the defense made sure they couldn't mount anything. The interception and the return adding 6 to the scoreboard.
And that's no small return for a linebacker partner. He took matters into his own hands and his legs on that pick. And once he had it, I don't think anyone on the field could have stopped him.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Breaks through the contact. Past midfield, look out. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
11. Stop.
After the pick 6, here's Burrow again. Throw right side, going to be complete to Moss. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and a yard.
Gun. Stop. 11. 12. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
12.
First down, Cincinnati.
Stop. Stop.
And that one complete once again to Higgins. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 2nd down and 3, ball on the 7.
Here we go.
At the Ravens 7-yard line.
Here we go. Stop.
They'll give this to Moss running right. And he bowls his way into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown. Zach Moss taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bengals are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
And they can thank their defense for this one. They were set up with a short field following the turnover, but they took care of business as well, working their way down and finishing with a strong run into the end zone for their first touchdown of the game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that trims the lead down to 9.
McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
Now a 2nd and 10. In motion, Aguilar. Here's Jackson to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
12. 11 MT. 11 MT. Dot.
Burrow will throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Here's 2nd and 10.
11 MT. 11 MT. Here we go. Here we go. 11 Thomas.
Now Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go. 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
1-1, ready?
2nd and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow. Got a man, it's Brown. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Now he forced this throw, nearly intercepted in the end zone, but it's incomplete. Fortunately, no turnover, but it is 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here we go.
First down, they stay with Moss on the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
11 MT pace. 11 MT pace.
They'll go again here with Moss. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Bad news, they didn't get it on second down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They've thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the first down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what I'm going to come back with in order to pick it up.
3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Moss. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this third quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball. Let's go down and score, put some points on the board, and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
Now Jackson, following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Jackson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On second and a long way to go. Jackson. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He got him a big chunk of that yardage back, but even with that effort, it'll still be 3rd and long.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 27. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This 2nd and 4. Now it's Jackson. He dumps it off for Henry. Skirts by at the 15. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge, maybe not.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. So a big sack for a loss of 4. It brings up 4th and goal. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here we go, a big play and a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Steps away. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. The Bengals drive about to get going. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
11 coming.
Now it's Burrow. They'll roll him out right. And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the 1st down. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
If they get a game-changing score on this drive, it's going to be because of plays like that. That run was pure heart. Took it himself, found a way to reset the downs, and advance the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. He'll swing this out to Moss.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Turbo touch. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape. 11, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. And that's complete to Brown. And some room to run now. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Here we go. Stop.
Burrow. They'll run the screen with Moss.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Plenty of time. All three timeouts still remain.
Here we go.
Here's 1st and 10 now.
Stop.
Oh, they'll try a jet sweep here with Higgins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Stop.
Oh, the option left, it's Burrow. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Here we go. Stop.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Now Burrow. And this is caught. Touchdown. And now they're an extra point away from winning this thing in the final seconds.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. McPherson on for the point after. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. McPherson now for the extra point. And they have got the lead.
Makes the score Bengals 17, Ravens 16. Kevin McPherson with the kickoff for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And now they get the timeout call. So they got one of the big plays that they needed. Can they do it again? Don't change that dial.
Oh, what a play. You got to use one of those timeouts.
Here's 1st down. One last shot for Jackson. This ball intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Baltimore, good night, everybody.